Hey everyone, welcome back. Nicodine33 here. Here to play again some transport-based tycoon game, Chris Sawyer's Locomotion. If you joined us last time, we completed Boulder Breakers, and we did it in that 1 year, 7 months. So this time, we're gonna jump into Sandbox Settler. If you haven't seen the first video, let me give you a quick overview. Chris Sawyer's Locomotion has different scenarios based on geography. You have cities and then you have industries. You try to connect the industries to the cities and other industries, be able to transport different resources, things like passengers and mail, coal, iron, livestock, and there's always a scenario goal. So last time Boulder Breaker was to receive a performance index of 10.0. Sandbox Settler, it's the same thing, but it's going to be a randomly generated landscape. And since this game is so old, I already have a lot of the records set, so we can attempt to beat it, but that's not our goal here. So let's play through and try to achieve a 10% plate layer thing. I'm gonna go ahead and set my person. I always like to be Walter Wellington, and I really don't care about the color, so we'll keep the color. Now we want to get 10.0, which means we need to connect different factories or mines to their counterparts. Lots of coal right here, but not seeing any close steel mills or power plants. Here is a chemical factory and oil refinery, okay. Got lumber there, 2 things of livestock, 1 grain yard. You know, I can go ahead and pause this so we're not losing time as we look around. One of the things that affects your performance index is distance. The distance you cross to be able to deliver goods. And so starting with 10 grand, we're really not starting with a whole lot. So we can't really plan to go a really far distance. Here's 2 things really, really close. And honestly, delivering things really close together typically doesn't do well, which is funny because you'd think that'd be an easy one to do. So I'm seeing a couple of towns really close together. We could definitely transport some people, passengers back and forth. And I think what I'm going to start with is, I really wish there was a food processing plant close to here, because there's quite a few farms really close to here, but no food processing plant. There's a chemical processing factory. And here is where, no, that's another coal mine. I don't see where to take the coal. Iron, oil. I thought I saw something over here that I thought, well, that's where you're taking the coal. I thought could be a good idea. Looking here, so we have a lumberyard here, and then right here accepts lumber to produce goods, and then goods go to cities. Or we could take it all the way there to do paper, and I think the paper mill would be back to here. Yeah, somewhere. I think there's another one over here somewhere. So I think that's actually where we're going to start with. We're going to start with this right here going to there. Let's go ahead and throw down, we'll unpause. We'll go ahead and throw down my headquarters. We're going to do it right outside Noodlesbury here. And then we will start some construction on rail. I'm going to actually change this to wood. Its max speed is 15 miles an hour, but this is going to be a station, so it doesn't actually affect us by much. No livestock. Construction near Jelly Bottom. Okay, we're going to just go ahead, go on here, and these are expensive pieces, so try not to use them a ton. There we go. Okay. actually am going to want this curve to be, I'm surprised I can do that with the wood. I'm going to want it to be with that. It's a little too far out in my opinion. Come back here and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. Go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down there. Let's purchase ourselves a train. How much does this produce a year? 91 tons. 196 tons. Never mind. That just jumped. So we could probably do 2 trains to this one place. Do this. We can fit 20, 40, 60, 80. Do that. Put it there, waiting to go. And just like we mentioned in last video, we're gonna wait for this to get down. It's typically around 60, 50 to 60-ish range. That's whenever the amount waiting kind of maxes out and then starts going back down. And that's where you want to be to increase your performance index, and it just continually pumps out resources at a rate that you can then take and go with. So one of the ways that we can make this more efficient is by adding in a second rail line. Now I want to do it, I think, to this side of the original one. And we're just gonna go ahead and put it down. Choosing 196 is enough a year for me to justify this. I definitely think it will produce enough to have 2 trains going on. There we go, you connect it there. And then you gotta put one that says it's going down, one that says it's going back. That way it will follow it. And then here you're gonna want to connect it in. I can go a little closer to the station. There we go. This is our going back, and this is our leaving. 202, looks like that's probably about it. Just turned yellow. 207, we'll go ahead and do that. Now, the only problem is we don't quite have enough money to do another train. Let's just make sure we have that one as the down. We don't quite have enough money on hand, cash on hand, to do another train right now. Right, because it's $2,000 for one of those. But we can take out a loan and afford to put the next one down. Okay, so it's gonna wait, and we're gonna wait to start it until this one has unloaded here. Any second now, we're gonna see new land speed record and workers celebrate first lumber. Perfect. So now that one's loaded up. It loaded all 80 tons each, and it's going towards the other, and the other one's coming back. Still 123 tons left, 61% good rating. Gonna climb a little bit before this one comes back, which is perfect. So what I want to do while those go, they're gonna start building up our performance index here, is I want to put in some trams in some of the cities. Because it was empty, that makes sense. I want to put some trams in some of the bigger cities. Probably shouldn't do that, but I'm going to pay off that piece of loan we just did. So we'll probably start with Noodlesbury here, just because this is close to this one, and it's a relatively large city. One of the things we can do is by clicking on this button here, towns, we can see all of the different towns that are in this world, 38 of them total. Towns don't usually crop up either. They are generated in most of the maps. Now, currently they're sorted by name, but if we sort by population, we can see that Noodlesbury, this one right here, is the biggest town we have. So that'd be a great one to put a tram in. And then we might go into Saggingwick and Noodlesgate and put some trams in there. So the way to do that, it's under here, instead of railroad, we're gonna do tram construction. You start your trolley with a loop to turn it around, and then we can just put it along the roads. one of the most efficient designs is to do it in like a square, and then like we talked the last time, spread those bus stops out so there's less track. It's making quicker loops. But what I think I want to do here is, because this town is so L-shaped, I am going to actually have it come to about here-ish and then turn around so we can get this area and go up, and then get this area and go down. So we're gonna go right to there, turn that around. Let's put some of our tram stops in. It's like every other is the max distance it can go. Require 90. So what I'm gonna actually do, just to make sure that I have enough money in the end, is to go ahead and put this one down so it's building up as I do the others. Okay. I was gonna say, these are probably too tall. They can't go up too and be fine. That's the biggest problem. So we're kind of missing out on all of this area. So the way we're going to do that is by, we can delete some of this road. And I'm not like a horrible person, so we're gonna connect the road over here. I'll take it $44 more. We'll connect the road here, delete that house, connect the road in, and then we'll delete this road. And don't even need to. There we go, 7 months. That's all we needed to get 10.0%. Awesome. Well, that was quick. 7 months. Definitely just beat, I think, my last record. And all we did was put one here, put one there, go back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, it's still 114 tons of lumber. Well, awesome. Let's go ahead and we will go back to our main menu. You can see there, 0 years, 7 months. Weatherworld, last one, deliver 500 passengers. Last one I did in 3 months. So we'll go ahead and do this one too. Changing my guy. Love the dude with the cowboy hat. Walter. Pause that. Now, like I said, all of these are already here, and since our goal is passenger delivery, we really don't care about any of the industries. We really don't care about anything about our performance index down here, but it's going to go up based on the fact that we are delivering passengers. So I think the way to go is to get to our towns, sort by population. Foggywood is the biggest, 10 grand, holy cow. So this right here is where we're going to start. And one of the cool things you can do is you can hide foreground scenery and buildings. So now we can see where the roads are, and it looks like, I can't tell if these connect or not. That's odd. Oh, that's just turning, so they could connect. I think the best way to do this would to be in a square, so we will probably come up here, down, probably go over and delete that building there. And then we'll expand ourselves out. So the first thing we're gonna do, plop down our headquarters. We'll put it right here near Foggywood. We'll put it a little further out so it's not completely overtaken as this thing grows, because I bet they're gonna grow pretty fast. That takes us out of being paused. Go here to tram track construction. And we don't need to start with the turnaround loop because we are just going to do a square or rectangle here. Go down, go this way. Turn it here, go here, turn here, go across there. Do we want to go down one more? Did not mean to zoom out. Do we want to go down one more? I don't think so. I think we'll be fine by just staying up here. Now we could go out here and then delete that, go up one. And that would help us go further this way, but I think we'll just stick with our rectangle here. We'll go up, flat, curve, back into itself. Can't build anymore. Let's do one stop up here. Try to get all of these buildings up on this end. Okay, great. I was nervous we weren't going to be able to do that. And you know what, we can probably even go out this way. So let's see how far out we can get this way. So there you go. You can see. You can only go so far before the game tells you no more. So that's as far as we can go. It looks like we're not really getting this area, so maybe we'll be able to get it with something else. I want to get an area over here. So what I think I'm gonna do is we'll put one there and go down this way with it. Go as far out this way as we can. Let's see if we can, see, that's gonna be a new station all around, and that's fine. So let's do that. We'll put a new station in here. And we'll get all of this area over here. And then we'll put in one more station here. And go as far out this way as we can. We're gonna hit the limit here anytime now though. Yeah, there's our limit. See if we can go down any, can we? The road's not letting us do that. All right, so let's go ahead and build ourselves a tram. We got the B34. So since we did a square, the one thing we can do is, let's see how many people, 346, holy cow. We'll go ahead and get that started. We can put some on the outside and some on the inside. And they go opposite directions of each other. Now because this city's so big, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 on every track. I think that's completely doable. I think there'll be enough passengers to keep it going. Yeah. So we hide our scenery and buildings. We can see we got 2 of them going all the time. One of them holds 35 passengers. So if they pick up 35 passengers every time after 10 trips, we're at 350. We got 4 of them, so any minute now we'll probably be able to reach this goal. So one of the things you can do is you can click right here and it'll tell you how much cargo you've delivered. Remember our goal was 300 or 500 and we're already at 525. So there you go, 3 months, already got it done. And then there's also the ability of where you go to pay back your loan. And since I really completed this so fast, I don't really need anything else. I'll just go ahead and start paying back some of it now. Clicking this part here shows you the loan. This part shows you what you've delivered. This reminds you of your scenario goal. Here, if we were to have other companies, which we will, in future levels, we will have other companies to compete against. You'd be able to switch between the companies to see their expenses and what they're going on each year. So you can see I'm 56 grand in the hole over the year, and that's because I've built so much and had such a large loan to start. Clicking on your performance index will let you see just how fast someone's performance index is going up and at what percent they're at. You can see all of the companies in this status. You can see and rank them however you want. Company value 0 because I owe so much money still. Here you can see how much units of cargo have been delivered per month. I'm almost at 1,000 this month alone. Distance times the units of cargo delivered per month. Company value. And this scale will tell you what you're getting paid for each type of cargo based on how long it takes you to ship it. So the default is payment for transporting 100 units of cargo a distance of 10 blocks, which 10 blocks is not very far. That might be how far you're transporting like something in a car or a bus. And in early game, most of them start in the 1940s-ish. Your trucks and things hold like 5 units. So it really, trucks early game are not a great option whenever you compare it to this chart. So as you can see, the thing that pays the most is passengers, transporting passengers, 100 100 units of passengers, 100 passengers, 10 blocks in 0 days would get you nearly 1,400 pounds here. Next largest looks like it's food, and then I believe it's steel. And food and steel you have to have being made and other things. So passengers is the first one you can get right off the bat without having to manufacture anything. And if I remember right, mail is a really tough one to get. We could get it here in this city because the city's so large, but you have to have a lot of population in a city before you get mail. And the second thing is you have to have a lot of population in 2 cities to be able to deliver mail. But yeah, there we go. Livestock is the highest paying cargo that you can get from the start without having to make anything, and it's already in there. So in future levels, we'll probably attempt to try to move livestock. That's usually the one I look at. There you go, 10.7%. We're already in plate layer, and we did that in, it's July, so 6 months. We did that in 6 months. So yeah, delivering lots of units of cargo is the quickest way to up it, and especially if you're delivering them over a large span of distance, over a lot of blocks. Here we're not delivering it over a lot of blocks, we're just delivering a lot. 62 there, 607 there, 58, 158, and 257. This would be a great one to like build some aircrafts. You can build ship ports or airports just by clicking this. It looks like we're already in a medium airport. There's small airports earlier and heliports later. Cost 60 grand to build one of those, but yeah, we could fly an airport back and forth between that city and these two that are like merging together. Yeah, awesome. Well, that is 2 of them. It looks like we have completed all of the easy levels. Our first video, we completed this one, 1 year, 7 months. Wasn't a whole lot going on there, that's why it took us so long. 7 months in this one and 3 months in that one. So the next episode, we'll move on to some of these. And we were moving on from plate layer performance index to monthly profit of 10 grand, 1,000 passengers in 10 years, 2,000 passengers in 10 years, 2,500, goes up a little more, 6,000 within 10 years. Sometimes, yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes it's a certain thing, like passengers, this one's oil, and sometimes it has a cap on it. So 1905 starting date, we're starting really older. Trains won't be very powerful, and buses and things won't hold very much, but you can see sometimes they're just general scenarios like Desert Beryllium, and other times they're based on, and here you go, Great Britain and Ireland, North America East, it'll be all the cities in the East, like Baltimore will be there, and New York, and I can't remember how far the East one goes. I mean, obviously Chicago's in the Midwest. I kind of feel like Chicago's in the East one too. I don't believe it's in the West. So awesome. I hope you'll join us for our next one. Like I said, it's a real classic game, Chris Sawyer's Locomotion. I enjoy transport-based tycoonish games. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll join us for the next one, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.